I'm Kathleen.
Sitting in the first-class lounge at O'Hare, the low murmur of well-to-do travelers fills the air, and the aroma of espresso and leather wafts around me. I'm watching the ground crew load luggage into the belly of a Boeing 777. My phone lies on the marble table beside a glass of sparkling water, and on the screen, it shows the time in Chicago. The main branch on Lasalle Street is about to open, and I know exactly what's about to unfold. My sister, Lily, and my father, Henry, think they're walking into a payday. Little do they know, they're stepping into a well-laid trap. Lily will be strutting in, probably wearing that fancy blazer she bought with my money, trying to look all important. Henry will be waiting in the car, texting me for updates, too worried about a parking ticket, but too arrogant to realize he's been outsmarted. It all started when I received a text from Henry. Pay the $48,000 for your sister's condo by noon tomorrow, or I report you to the ethics board for authorizing it and then lying. I will ruin your career. There was no warm greeting, just a photo of a document with a poorly forged signature of mine. He was blackmailing me to cover up Lily's fraud. She'd impersonated me, bypassed the bank's security, and committed a felony. I'm a senior compliance officer at one of the biggest banks in Chicago. Dealing with financial crimes is my job, so I knew panicking was out of the question. I opened my work laptop and accessed the internal audit trails. It didn't take long to find out that the home equity line of credit application was accessed from Lily's iPhone 13. She'd answered the security questions correctly on the first try, treating my identity like her personal piggy bank. I've always been the reliable one in the family. 3 years ago, in the middle of the night, Henry called me in a panic. Lily had crashed her car into a neighbor's fence while drunk. She was uninsured, and Henry pleaded with me to wire $5,000 to avoid the police getting involved. I did it, and I never saw that money again. 18 months ago, Henry's investment in a friend's business went south. He was on the verge of losing the family home. Instead of asking for a loan, he just sat at the kitchen table, lamenting about the shame and how it might kill my mother. I wrote a check for $12,000, thinking I was being a good daughter. But in reality, I was just a cash cow for them. This time, I decided enough was enough. I found a transfer offer in my HR portal that I'd ignored for months. It was a promotion to the Singapore branch as a senior risk analyst with a 20% raise and a full relocation package. I'd always felt guilty about leaving, thinking my family needed me. But now I realized they only needed a scapegoat. I accepted the transfer and booked a one-way ticket to Singapore. As I was packing, Henry sent another text, telling me to do the right thing. That's when I came up with a plan. I booked a refundable economy class ticket to London as a decoy and sent Henry a text saying he'd won. I told him I was too scared of the investigation and was leaving the country for London. I also said I'd added Lily as an authorized signer on my account but couldn't override the large transfer remotely. She just had to go to the bank the next morning, show her ID, and sign the withdrawal slip. He fell for it. He texted back, "Good girl.
Don't come back."
It was the same dismissive tone he'd used when I got straight A's or cleaned up Lily's messes. But I knew he had no idea that by making Lily sign for the money, I was creating an iron-clad paper trail. Now, as the bank opens, I log into my banking portal. I find the option I've been waiting for and trigger a code red for victim identity theft. I type a critical alert in the teller box, warning them not to process the transaction and to call the police. As I predicted, Lily arrives at the bank, confident and sunglasses on. She slides her ID over the counter and claims to be an authorized signer. The teller types and the red banner on the screen reads, "Identity theft. Contact authorities." The teller stalls, security blocks the door, and silent alarms go off. Lily grows impatient and tries to leave, but the police arrive. She panics and blurts out that Henry forced her, showing the threatening texts on her phone. That turns the fraud into extortion, and the police have cause to arrest Henry too. While they're being dealt with, I'm already 30,000 feet above the Pacific. My lawyer's message comes through. Lily is charged with bank fraud and aggravated identity theft, and Henry is charged with extortion and conspiracy. Protective orders are granted. I delete the family chat, block their numbers, and remove Henry from my contacts. When the flight attendant offers me champagne, I accept. I'm celebrating a promotion, I say. I've just taken control of my own life. I drop my old SIM card into the glass. Sometimes, the only way to win is to stop playing by their rules and cut ties with toxic family.